today we'll be giving you an introduction to data analysis as a career, as well as the advantage you will have if you go through this transition with RKY Careers. Who is RKY Careers? You've met me. I'm the CEO of RKY Careers. RKY Careers is a tech-driven company, that takes pride in empowering people, internationals, professionals who are looking to have a very good career in the UK as well as globally. So we support people, our trainings, our services extends to people not only in the UK, but people who are also looking to secure international or global roles, say Canada or US and all that, because the skills you need as a data analyst in the UK is not any different from the skills you need as a data analyst in the US. Right. So our unwavering passion lies in providing comprehensive support. So we've supported a lot of people through our services and through our trainings, right? To not settle for less, to rise above the average and to live their dreams. What services do we offer? So we have our CV optimization service, LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, career mapping. We also have our boot camps, which is one of the reasons why you are here today. We offer trainings in a range of fields, and all our trainings or boot camps, I would say, come with work experience, which is what is prioritized in this job market over degrees and certifications. So we equip you with all you need to get a role, right, and thrive on the job in data analysis, project management, business analysis, business intelligence, scrum master, product owner, compliance and KYC as well. So if you have a friend that is considering, maybe not data analysis but any of these other career paths, please do well to forward, our details to them, because we are their best bet on this journey. So who is the data analysis and business intelligence training for, or why have we even set up the training in the first place? I haven't consulted with a lot of people. Like a couple of years back, we actually observed a gap. A lot of people want to thrive, they don't want to settle for less. A lot of people like myself and yourself, immigrants in the new space, either new in the UK or thereabouts, we don't want to settle for less. We don't want to do what the last generation, they had to settle for less. Why? Because they had limited information. They were not confident in themselves because they didn't have examples or, to motivate them and forge them forward to also enable them compete, right, in a wider market. However, what we are doing at RQI Careers is to open your eyes to the opportunities that abound and ensure that you don't settle for less, because you have got it in you already. All you need is to acquire some skills. There's nobody that cannot compete or that cannot try to get a high paying job, for instance. I mean, there are so many mites that we've been successfully able to prove that they are wrong, right? So from saying that immigrants can't get professional roles, we've helped lots of people to get professional roles. We've helped lots of people to get sponsorship jobs. We've helped lots of people to land first roles in the UK for as much as 90k, 80k. It is very possible. You just need to believe in yourself. You need to see the examples. You need to see examples like true success stories that we share as well, and be able to tap into this for yourself as well. So having said that, why did we design data analysis course? Data analytical skills is one of the very much in demand skills, either in the UK and globally as well, right? So, and what we observed about this market is that you don't necessarily need to have a degree in this field. Even if you have a degree, sometimes degrees are not enough. That's why we've put together this bespoke, training that would help you gain both the theoretical knowledge as well as work experience that you need, right, to land a job in this field. Who can take this course, or who can, join this boot camp? Either you are a fresh career beginner, you have never worked before, you are just rounding up your BSc, or immediately after your BSc, you moved on to starting your MSc, or you don't even have a degree at all, but you want to work as a data analyst. This course is enough for you to start up as a data analyst, right? Anyone who wants to gain analytical skills to enhance and stand out in their current profession. Say, for instance, you already have a job. However, on your job, they use Power BI, they use SQL, they use Excel. However, you don't know how to use these tools. Or there are internal opportunities that have been coming up in your current place of work that you've seen that the requirements for you to actually be able to apply for these internal opportunities, right, are these skills, but you don't have them, right? So you're not looking to like get into data analysis as a profession, but you want to add the skills you will get, right, to your existing skills to form a very strong brand, either to apply for internal opportunities, position for sponsorship jobs, or whatever it is that might be your own particular goal. So those are another kind of people that can join. Professionals in the midfields who are either transitioning from another career path or looking to enhance their knowledge of data analytical tools that are very much in demand. This mirrors a lot of us actually. Most of us are already professionals who have thriving careers in other, maybe from our previous country. So for instance, maybe you're an accountant from Nigeria, customer service person from Ghana, you were a marketer, from even within the UK, but you feel that now is the time. I want to make that move. I want to do something more technical. I want to like position myself for flexible job. My kids are, I've just started to have kids. I need a job that I can work from home and manage my time. So whatever it is that your situation is, this course is for all of us and for everyone. So either you're a mid-career professional, or you're an entry-level professional, or you just want the skills really, you're in the right place. So what are the skills we're going to be learning in this course? On this course, we're going to be learning MS Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. Right. However, we've got some bonus lessons and bonus modules which we would give you for free. These bonus modules include Introduction to Python, SSIS, PowerPoints, that's Microsoft's PowerPoints, and Ultrix. Some of these additional bonus courses have actually been very instrumental helping some of our alumni, right, to land jobs, right? So we'll be getting these bonus courses alongside the in-depth SQL, Excel, Power BI, and Tableau. Tell me that this is not wonderful. What are the competencies you will get by the end of this bootcamp, right? Given that you also do your part, right? You would be able to extract data from SQL. You'll be able to analyze data with Excel and SQL. You'll be able to visualize data with Power BI, with Excel, with Tableau as well. You'll be able to extract data with SQL. You'll be able to build dashboards by yourself, either with Excel or Power BI or Tableau, right? You'll be able to analyze and visualize data. There's so much you'll be able to do using these tools that we've spoken about. And what do data analysts do really? Data analysts extract data from the source, which sometimes might be done through SQL, right? They analyze this data using tools like Excel, Power BI and all, and they bring out meaningful insights for stakeholders, right, to make decision. In this modern day and time, it's all about making accurate or close to accurate decisions. And the only way to do that is by leveraging data. Data has come to be one of the very key things that every business individual and companies, need to actually make decisions, to do the right things, and not to make mistakes that are already obvious, that data has already proven that would happen already, is to prevent, occurrences. Data would help us prevent occurrences that are not favorable for us if we rely and use this data to avoid them, right? So data has come to stay. And this also shows that, right, all the roles that are around data, right, would always be in demand. You would always get a job so long as you can use these tools, because data is very important. Everything is about data these days. The way you step out of your house and, is data for somebody else. Whatever it is we do, what you are doing today is data for tomorrow. Everything that happened during COVID, right, has become data now that we are all analyzing. There's so many COVID data sets. But at that moment where we're in between the lockdown and all that, it was like real life, right? That's the same way your day to day, your activities at work, your profitability this month is data sets for tomorrow. And the thing is that for us to have better understanding, to be able to deal with future situations, either in business, socially, and all that, we need to actually deep down do a deep analysis of this data to have an understanding of the situation, right? The only way that they're able to provide solutions to COVID or to be able to even talk intelligent about it is by analyzing data of what happened during that period. And this applies to everything as well. Say for instance, the sales of a particular company right now. The only way you can actually understand that, okay, every July or during summer there are more sales is because you went back to the data of last year, previous year, 5 years before, and you saw that there's actually a trend. The only way you can have that trend is because that data has been captured, and that's the only way you can know as a business person that, okay, during summer my stock should be high, right? My stock should be high because sales are usually high around that period. And what would that lead to? Profitability, which is what every company wants. That's why they would always continue to expand data related roles, and there would always be data related roles, even in other career paths. I know people who are data project managers, for instance. Now, there's someone that shared a success story with, she joined the boot camp, project management boot camp and all that. She shared that she just got a sponsorship job, but guess what? She's back to join our data analysis boot. She used her project management skills to get that job. Her job is heavily data related. She needs to do performance management, analyze all the project team members' performance and all that. So data, even if you don't go ahead to look for a job immediately, the skill set you get from this bootcamp will continue to be beneficial to you, either in your personal life or in business or your career. So, what is the potential that this career path, what potential does it have, and what's the average salary? Because to be honest, when making decision about switching from career path to career path, you want to know, what would I be able to command, right? There are some career paths that would cap you at maybe 20K or 30K. That's the highest you can get, right? However, that's not the case with data analysis, and it's very important to know this, right? These are the average salaries. None of it, I think the only one that is below 50, I mean, and this is even condition, this is just from read, right? You can see it's around 50K and thereabouts, and this is the average. This is the kind of, you should take this into consideration when switching careers. If the average is this, that means that, say, 1 year, 2 years, when I get more experience, I'll be able to command 60K, I'll be able to command 70K, 80K. That's the right place to position yourself. You don't want to get stuck in a career path that you're already at the peak, and the peak of that career path is like 30K. I mean, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I don't know, not to say that, every decision should be made based on salary or money or whatever. However, we all know that in this period and time, it is also a very important consideration, because I mean, the cost of things they're not waiting for us. They are like soaring up and all that, either in the UK, in Africa, and other places you might want to look at. The same way, you also don't want to get stuck, where, I mean, you want to even expand your earning opportunities. Say for instance, you can even position yourself for freelance opportunities. You can position yourself for other, there are other ways. You could do individual projects, you could do independent consulting, right? Even as a data analyst. So this career path has very high potential in terms of earning capacity or capabilities. So, having heard everything, right, about data analysis as a career path, please, I know you would have questions, because I mean, it's not all. Please, your questions, start dropping them in the chat box. I'll take a break at some point to answer your questions that you might have. So you've heard everything about data analysis as a career path. I told you it's a very high in demand career path. Is this, is that. Okay, now I love this career path. I want to do this journey. What do I get from RQY if I, do this journey with RQY? So, Okay, so as you can see, we have two packages. We have the standard package and we have the extensive package. I get a lot of questions about what's the difference between the two. So this is us dissecting the standard package. So the standard package gets you the virtual training, you'll be able to build dashboard building skills, access to our LMS for up to 1 year. That LMS has been a source of resources and materials for a lot of people, even people that have ended up getting jobs. They still confess to how they go back to the LMS when they get stuck on the job to watch videos that we've put, about different topics, right? Even the interview prep, during your interview prep as well, you can visit the LMS to like watch more videos, right? So you get to have this for up to a year, meaning that you don't need to go and enroll for another boot camp if you've forgotten some things you learned. And we also get to update this LMS with other material. Say, for instance, if there are new sessions after the one you've booked, we get to give you access to all these bonus classes as well, so where you can actually get another experience. So our LMS is like an e-learning platform where all recordings of classes are uploaded. All materials are also uploaded on this platform. Certificate of completion. So you get a CPD accredited certificate of completion at the end of the bootcamp. CPD is a UK recognized endorsing body that has gone through our materials and endorsed us as international standard. So you get a CPD. We'll talk about this more, when we get to where we'll talk in subsequent slides. Right. You also get UK job reference for projects. So during the course of this bootcamp, you'll be working on data sets, right, that we get from clients, from clients, and to enable you to like get your hands dirty and apply everything you have learned during the theoretical part of the bootcamp. Right. So RKY has a subsidiary that works on projects, ranging from website development, data sets, data analysis, data migration, mobile app development, and the likes. So we get projects from these clients, and then our students get to work on them to actually gain practical work experience. So you get UK work reference for this project. So it is very important that you work on projects and complete your projects, because this is what will also give us confidence to give you this reference in the bootcamp. Like I said earlier, the next thing, you get UK work reference and you get to work on practical projects. So more like you're getting an internship. And on your CV, for instance, this year, you get to have a 2023 to date experience on your CV, right? Which I believe is also is one of the blockers that a lot of people get when they are trying to apply for jobs. They keep getting, oh, you don't have UK work experience, you don't have this, you don't have that. So you get to actually be able to put us on your CV, right, for work experience. This, I know that a lot of people, do all sorts to get it for as much as £400 and all that. However, for being our students, you get this for free. Validatable and verifiable work experience. Interview prep. During the course of the bootcamp, you also get a lot of sessions like interview preparation sessions, group projects. You get to work on group projects with other stakeholders, where you learn things like collaboration, teamwork, stakeholder management and all that. Then you also get to like enjoy visa sponsorship strategies. We have sessions like Reach, where we discuss visa sponsorship strategies, what you need to know to land your first job as a data analyst. So you get all this under the standard package. And based on the value of the standard package should actually be going for £1,000. However, our price for this package is £550 and 450,000 naira. And that takes me to the next one, which is the extensive package. The difference between the extensive and the standard is that you get additional CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization for free. As this under the second package, and then you get professional web portfolio. So this is like a website that showcases the projects you've worked on, that showcases your dashboards that you worked on during the projects. I think during the course of this, I'll show you some of our alumni's, and what it looks like. So this goes for 750 per K, £750 and 600,000 naira. You can see that it's already discounted if you compare in terms of value, right? However, we also have what we call the special CEO's discount, which brings down this price to £600 if you're paying one off, right? That's 25% or 20%, sorry. However, if you're paying in installments, you get 10% off this price at 675. Please try to take a screenshot of this page because this page is really important and it has a lot of information which I'm sure that you'll be interested in. Admin, please also paste the account number so that those that want to enjoy the discounts for today can also take advantage of that as well. So as you can see on the screen, we have a special CEO discount which is currently running already on the packages that brings down the prices even further than the value. So instead of paying £1,000, if you are paying one up for the extensive package, you get to pay just £600 for all that, right? So, and also there's a new scheme we are introducing today, which is the refer a friend scheme. So if you are referring your friend, that's why I said at the beginning that share this link with your friends and family, your groups and your communities. Get people to join the get people to join the live session. There will also be recordings as well, which we'll put on our YouTube. However, for you to enjoy today's discounts, share these links with them right now. So if you are referring in a friend and both you and your friend make payments, you get an extra £50 off. Right. So this is the refer a friend scheme. And if you also pay today, you get that £50 off as well. So the summary is that pay today and get £50 off. However, if you don't pay today, you still get to enjoy the special CEO's discounts. Please take a screenshot of this page, right? So that I'm sure there will be questions about the minimum payment is also available on the page as well. So let's proceed. What is the eligibility of this bootcamp for visa sponsorship? Because I know a lot of people want to know, if the bootcamp has potential for visa sponsorship, right? Because a lot of us are looking for what next. We are graduating right now, or we are moving to the UK as dependents, and we want to know because we need visa sponsorship. So as you can see on the screen as well, we've helped people to get visa sponsorship in this role. So this is not just us showing you that the field has potential for sponsorship. We've actually worked with people who have secured sponsorship in this role. So what's the bootcamp duration? How long is the bootcamp? This is an 8 to 12 weeks intense bootcamp where we'd get to have classes, assignments, loads of assignments really. If you are not ready to put in the work, if you don't want success story, or if you don't want your situation to change, this might not be, the bootcamp for you. Because to be honest, anybody that promises you that, you will get change without actually playing your own parts, they are just sugarcoating it for you. So within this bootcamp, classes hold 5 to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sundays. You get to work on group project as well as individual projects. Like for today, for instance, we'll be having the group projects for the current cohorts, which we are all looking forward to. This group projects, also enables everyone to work with other stakeholders, gain team management skills, work with tight deadline, and also build their presentation skills because they'll be presenting to the stakeholders, who are the owner of this data. So we also have what we call the voluntary drop-in session because we know that this is a technical skill you're trying to build, right? And we don't just want to leave you hanging. We don't just want to teach Saturday and Sunday and then we all go to bed, come back again next week. Some of you might not have understood some of the things that has been taught, right? So we have the extra drop-in session, which holds on Thursdays and Saturdays, as you can see on the screen as well. So this is like a session where you are able to get personalized responses to questions you might have. So this is the way it works. You attend classes on Saturday and Sunday. By Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, the videos of the classes you've attended come, they are uploaded to the LMS, right? Because even some people are not able to attend classes, even though we encourage participation in all the classes, we know that sometimes you might have one reason or the other why you might miss classes. Let's even say you don't even miss any class, right? just because you want to revisit, you have an interview, we want to make sure that all the resources are available in a very organized manner for you to like reuse later, right? So after you get to watch this video and practice everything you've learned, if you have any issues, you get to come into a smaller session to get a personal answer to your question. Everybody gets to talk. Okay, this is what I'm struggling with. I'm trying to use this formula, it's not working. And then the facilitators are on standby to provide solution to your problems. Another good thing that people do is to join this session regardless of whether they have questions or not, because they get to learn from other people's questions as well. So as you can see, this bootcamp has been put together with you in mind, with support. Everything just shouts support, extra support, and extra support. So these are some of the success stories that we had in the last couple of months, or the most recent one was 4th of July. We had an alumni who landed a £350 per day job. If you calculate this per annum, this is close to £90,000, right? And so when we say that, oh, you get to like position yourself for six-figure job, you get to position yourself for six-figure job. This is it in reality. It is not just marketing, right? You get to position yourself to work in companies that are, So we have another person who landed a job with JP Morgan less than 2 months after the boot camp, right? We also had people who landed jobs without, all these people are transitioners as well. They don't have previous experience. What would it look like for you if just 2 months down the line yourself, you are able to like boast as a data analyst, introduce yourself as a data analyst who works with JP Morgan? How good with that? I'm sure that is one of your dreams as well to achieve. And we are confident that we can help you achieve this as well through the boot camp, as you can see. So like we said, RKY is a CPD provider. CPD UK is a UK accreditation body. They've gone through our materials, our training methods, and and they've confirmed and validated that we are of international standard, right? We didn't just wake up one morning to start training people without actually going through assessments, without going through endorsements. So this makes you confident that the certificates you get out of RKY career is recognized globally. Also, companies have what they call CPD requirements, which is continuous professional development. Some companies that wants you to get as much as 10 hours of CPD requirements per year. So if this is the case in your company, it means your company can actually even sponsor you to this course, meaning that this course with RKY can serve as your continuous development for the year. You also get to get extra value for your money, really, because recruiters like to see that, the people they want to recruit, there are people that are committed to a career path and not just jumping around. Because a lot of money and funds goes into recruitment here in the UK, especially. Sometimes, for some of us that land jobs, say if you land a job worth £55,000 per annum now, the recruiting agency that got that job would have gotten nothing less than £5,000, meaning the company spends £5,000 just to get you that resumed on that job. So I'm sure you will know that the company too, for profitability purposes, would not want to incur this cost every quarter or every month, because the people they are recruiting are leaving the job for other things, right? So at this point, let me take a quick break and see if I have questions in the chat box. If you have questions, please ask your questions in the chat box. Oh, I can see we have a couple of questions. That's good. Please keep dropping your questions. Will Python be included also, or is it not necessary in data analysis? Thank you for the question. Python is good for data analysis. However, you do not need to have Python, or you don't need to be a Python expert to be a data analyst. Because you are transitioning to a new career path, right? It's better to start with the most in demand of the skills, which, as we have said, is MS Excel, Power BI, or Tableau. Or you can even have one of the two, but we are teaching you the two, and SQL, right? However, we would introduce you to Python so that if you get interviews and they ask you about Python as well, you won't say, no, I've never heard about it, or no, I don't know how to use it. You can manage that conversation. Let them know that, you have, you are rusty in Python, but can, work with Python as well. That's if you don't already know it, because I know some people who have learned Python, but don't even know how to put all these skills together to actually form a brand for themselves. So yes, the focus is to start with the most in demand so that you can get a job, and the one that you can easily master from start to finish, because Python can be a bit complicated as well. And then from there, you can actually continue to develop yourself. The key is to continue to develop yourself. It does not start and finish or end with RKY Bootcamp. Right. So I just finished my MSc in data science. I saw that most of your courses is about data analysis. Is there no boot camp for data science? If not, will BA be applicable for someone like me? I have a bit of knowledge in Excel, Tableau, and Power BI, and data science related Python and the likes. What is your advice for me? Thank you for the question. So like we said, in the markets, right, they use these terms interchangeably. Yeah, data science involves all of what we've said, inclusive of Python, a bit of machine learning, and the likes, right? So like data science is like a more in-depth, it requires more in-depth analysis, prediction, and all that. So the course at the moment is data analysis and business intelligence. So does this imply that opting for the complete package originally priced at 600 results in a discounted payment of £550 if we make payments today? Yes, that's if you're paying one off. If you pay £550 today, that is it. You get to enjoy all the benefits, UK work reference, CV, LinkedIn, everything that comes with the extensive package at just £550. But I heard during interview questions come from Python as well. Yes, so just like every other career path, there are so many jobs out there. If you Google data analysis job, 20,000 of them will come out, right? But that does not mean that you are eligible to apply for all of them. Even if finance analyst, this thing as finance analyst is, I can't use all the analytical tools out there myself. I can't use all the forecasting tools out there. You apply to jobs that are requesting for tools that you can use, because you can't possibly know how to use, or regardless of even if you're already a 10 years expert in that field, right? So apply to if you just put Excel, Power BI, and Tableau, just the skills you can use to search as a keyword, you'll still see thousands of jobs come out. So this is not to say that Python is not an analytical tool. Like I've said, we're even introducing you to it, right? However, right, we won't be going in depth into Python, because that would require us to, like, so we might probably spend 7 months in this bootcamp, which I don't think we all want to wait before we start landing our success story. Okay, cool. Thank you for the questions. Anyway, it has kept the session interactive. Now let me go back to my slides. We want to show you how our students have gone from zero to heroes, or to being professionals in analytics. You can see some testaments, right, from some of our students who joined some other cohorts, right, our previous cohorts, and were able to like build dashboards like this that's informed, or that would inform stakeholders, to make the right decisions. So we have Belinda here, showcasing a dashboard. We have, the other person that you can see as well. So this is to say that whatever it is that we have said you would get, and we even go the extra mile, because we prefer to like under promise, right, and over deliver, rather than, so these are some of our other students as well, who have also acquired these skills, build dashboard with Excel. We have people that didn't even know how to use Excel at all among these people, before they came on board, and now they can build Excel, they can build dashboard in PowerPoint, in Power BI, and all that, which, to be honest, makes me proud, makes us proud at RKY Careers, because we are building, an army of analysts, which I believe that you would also be a part of, right? So one of our alumni who have gone on to complete our bootcamp, and then gone ahead to land a job, right, with the NHS, using his skills as a data analyst. You know what I like about this success story? I think I've mentioned these success stories a couple of times, but this is you now meeting the person, right? You know that at the end of this bootcamp, the job you might even get might not actually be data analysis. data analyst. It might actually even be for that person that is a media person, for instance, it might be media analyst job. And you know the reason why you get that job? Because of your ability to use the analytical skills that you have in this bootcamp. I saw somebody that also mentioned that she's an accountant and trying to get finance analyst job. The next job you might get after this bootcamp might not even be data analyst. It might be that finance analyst. But how did you get it? By joining this bootcamp as well. That's to tell you how much in demand the skills you will get is, regardless of your target role. Yeah. Our guest speaker today, Paul Emmanuel. Paul, if you are in the house, we are so happy to have you here. Thank you for taking out time to join this meeting. We would like to hear from you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It's a great privilege to be here with you guys. Anyways, my name is Paul Emmanuel, and I'm a project manager with NHS Bath, and I just concluded my master's in project management from University of Portsmouth in the UK. Yeah. And when my cohort was it January? Yeah, January this year. That was the cohort I joined. But however, when I was trying to find my way into the job market in the UK, I finished my papers. I finished my what's it called now? My project in school in January. So, but then before that time, I already started applying for jobs with the current CV I had then. Yes, I've got like 3 years experience as a manager in one of the e-commerce companies in Nigeria, and I've got like a 1 year experience as a project manager. I have no prior experience in data analysis or data modeling or anything, no prior experience. So the idea was for me to get like a sponsorship job after schooling, and that was the plan anyways. So I started applying to jobs. I applied to like about 5 to 10 jobs a day with my CV at that time. But then I keep getting that rejection email. The rejection email, oh, sorry, we found a better candidate. Oh, sorry, we might not be able to go through with your application because we've moved forward with your application. But it was bad. But I kept on applying. But I knew deep down that there was something wrong. Yes, I might claim, oh, I've got about 5 years experience in Nigeria, but the truth be told is, in the UK market, they really don't care about such. I would not say they don't care totally about your experience in Nigeria, but they don't really, unless you worked with a company that has done something very prominent that they can relate with, or a company that has the same structure as the UK companies in Nigeria, then they will listen to you. But if you're coming with like an experience from maybe a company that has not really done much, they will not really give you listening ears, because they want someone that has experience here in the UK, that knows the way the UK companies do their things and know their way around it. So I knew that, and I knew I needed that experience. So I came across RKY via Instagram. No one referred me. I just went on Instagram and I started searching for different things, and I found RKY. So I sent a message in. It was in December last year. So they responded, and I was able to opt in for, because as at that time it wasn't as if the money was there, but I had a plan that yes, I'm going to save a certain amount of money to upskill myself and also put myself in that job market and make myself relevant. And when I saw that experience aspect where they would put you on a project and you would be listed as someone that worked with the company for that certain time that you're working on that project, and looking at the fact that RKY is also a UK-based company, so definitely they've got the accreditation, and also it's a plus to your CV. That was one of the things that pushed me to do it. And also I saw the CV optimization thing, because I knew there was a problem with my CV. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos to change the way my CV is looking, use some keywords, but still I wasn't getting that job interviews. I knew there was a problem. So I was like, okay, let me opt in for this. Yeah, my LinkedIn was looking good at that time, but I knew it was not good enough to get that role that I'm looking for. So I said, instead of going for the one that doesn't come with CV optimization or that doesn't come with the all the perks, why not just go all out? Because I know what I'm looking for. So I had to just go all out. I'm like, oh, there's nothing that I would leave. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. Let me just go all out. So at that time it was painful because it's not easy to pull out money from your pocket and do something. But then I looked at the bigger picture. So I was able to make that payment. Then at that time I was prepared for the training. The training was for January, February, I think part of March or so. But then I was working because I was still working my, because you can only do 20 hours anyways as a student. So I was still doing my 20 hours job. I was still taking up shifts and all. We all know that I was taking up shifts with care agencies and all. But then I knew I wanted to do professional job. I want to do my own field. I want to work in my own field. Then I started researching about project management and all. And I discovered that before I can get into the job market of project managers, I need some certification. The certification I saw the one for Prince 2. Those are the ones that are around project management. But then I read somewhere where I can get jobs with some certain companies as a project manager without those certifications. But if I have other skills to back up my degree, master's in project management, then I'll get that role. So other skills including data analysis, SQL, Power BI, those are skills that you would constantly need as a project manager. So I knew this. That was the reason why I opted out for that course. And during the course of it wasn't as if I was always in class on Sundays and on Saturdays. In fact, I can count how many times I was able to make it to class because the UK is always a very busy environment. You're always trying to do this to get money, to do this to get. But I always make sure that I go back to the videos that are always uploaded on our platform. That's the LMS. I was always going to those videos during the week. Sometimes I might be on my night shift and I pick up the video and just watch. I really don't have that spare time, but I used to create that time just because I know I needed this. But then with the classworks and all those things, make attempts to do it. And also there's something that RKY did that really helped a lot. They created like a group chat for everyone in my cohort. So if you have any issues or you're trying to ask questions, you just drop it on the group chat and just anybody on the group chat can answer. There's a facilitator too on that group chat that will also be able to answer your questions. Even fellow students will be able to answer your questions. So it was a good experience, and it was worth the amount of money you paid. And also, when I was in the job market, RQI helped with my CV optimization. They also helped with my LinkedIn optimization. And the moment they did that, and everything was passed to me and my CV was sent to me, when I saw the CV, that was when I knew that yes, there was really, really a problem with my former CV. I knew immediately when I saw the CV that it did for me. I didn't even correct anything. I just told them, yeah, this is good, this is great. Because there were so many things that was added to my CV that I didn't think it was worth it. Let me put it that way. I didn't think it was worth me putting it in my CV. But then with them discussing with me and talking about my experience, talking about my CV, they were able to deduce that, oh yeah, definitely if he has experience in this particular job role, he must have done this, he must have done this. So those were the things they added to my CV. And I started looking at it like, oh, I really actually did all these things. But then to put it in the CV is also a skill on its own. And RQI had that and they put it on lockdown for me. They put it in my CV. And the moment I started applying to jobs, that very day I started receiving calls. The things that didn't used to happen before. Sometimes I'm just driving somewhere and I get a call and I'm like, oh, and they're like, oh, can you talk? I'm like, okay, yes, I can talk. I park somewhere and we have a conversation and I'm doing interview on the spot on the telephone, just because I submitted my CV to a certain company and they just saw me and they felt, oh, let's speak to this person. I've gotten job offers that I had to turn down. Why? Because maybe it's not, most of the jobs I used to get sometimes maybe it's just 20K a year, and I'm not looking at getting 20K a year, or some of them don't come with sponsorship, some of them come with sponsorship but the pay is not that good. I've turned down a lot of jobs. But speaking of the one I'm in currently, I work with the NHS and I'm like a manager in one of the specialties, and I manage about 25 people, and I report directly to the divisional director of the NHS BAT. So and that's also my line manager anyways. And when I was getting that job, it was the things that was the skills that I had that was well translated for me by RKY in my CV. Those were the things that they focused on in my interview. So when I had my interview, it was me and two people, just two ladies sitting in front of me. There was no table in between us. I sat down in front of the two of them, and the questions they were asking me were questions like, oh, they were asking about data analysis, they were asking about SQL, they asked me if I'm working on a project and it involves me speaking to their stakeholders, how will I be able to explain the arithmetic aspect of that project, or how will I be able to explain the data aspect of that project? I knew right from there, because of my experience with LKY, that is Power BI they're asking me for. So the moment I start giving them keywords like Power BI, SQL, I can also do data visualization on Excel. They know that yes, this person knows what he's doing. Now, I'm going to tell you something that is really shocking. Now, they were focusing on that in my interview. They wanted to know if I am competent enough with data analysis itself, because the role is more or less like I'm analyzing data to make decisions in the department, or I'm seeing something wrong and I need to be able to tell which data to pull out or which data to use to solve that problem. And that's, if you don't have the data analysis background or you don't know anything about data analysis, you cannot have that skills. You can never have that skills. But definitely, this is what RQI gave to me, because we're able to do various examples. The LMS platform has the videos to go back to and watch. Trust me, it's different from, I'm the advocate of going to YouTube to learn things. I learned a lot of things on YouTube. But this is different from YouTube. Why? Because YouTube will only teach you what it is. But RQI will show you how you arrive at what it is, what you need to do from that point where you arrive your answer. There are so many things that they will show you that a normal YouTube video is not going to show you anyways. So I got the job not because, oh, I have that data background. I got the job because the job is for a project manager. But from the job description, I could see that they wanted someone that has a background in data analysis. Yes, it's not. They did not list the job as a data scientist or data analyst. They listed the job as a project manager. But it's obvious that they wanted someone that had the data analysis background. And that is what thing I did not do during my time. I did not limit my job search to just data analyst. Because in the UK, not all jobs that are for data analysts or data scientists, not all of them are always listed as data analyst. Some of them are just maybe process manager, or some of them are project coordinator. But by the time you read the the key responsibilities of that job, what they expect from that person, that's when you start to see that, oh, they are talking about SQL here, they are talking about Power BI. But the job description, the job title is not data analyst. So when you get into the market and you understand all these things too, you would know that not all jobs come as data analyst. So you also have to push your CV out to different companies that might look like they need a data analyst. Obviously, you know that in a bank they will always need a data analyst. You know that in a construction company they will always need data analysts. They practically need data analysts everywhere. Tech companies, phone companies, communications companies, e-commerce, they need data analysts. So definitely this is what RKY gave to me, and which I'm very grateful for, because I didn't waste my money. I did not waste my money. So currently, the role I am currently doing is even a part-time role, which means I only work 3 days a week, and I do 2 days at home. I work from home for 2 days, and I go to the office just one day. And I also, because of my data analyst background, because they've seen what I've done with RKY, they've seen all those things in my CV. They pitched a role to me that since I'm doing this particular one as a part-time role, that I can pick up a validation role. That one is data-based role that you would need your Excel skills, you need your SQL skills, you necessarily don't need your Power BI because you're not reporting anything. But that particular role, they pitched it to me, and I'm like, yes, I can do it since I've done it with RKY. And I, to be honest, I never had the knowledge of data analysis before I joined RQI. And I picked up that role, and I'm doing it currently, and I've not faced any issues. There are some times that I might be stuck in some data problems or data issues. I used to go back to LMS and check. I just go to some of those days that there were some things that was addressed that looked like the problem I'm facing. I just go through it, watch the video, look at how things was done, and go back to whatever I'm doing, and I just move on. So that's it currently.
Thank you so much, Paul. I mean, see the way you are talking from your, you've actually even lectured us. I mean, I told you I was going to bring you back again, to come talk to us when we are like at the back, when we are now like, to talk to those that are already on the bootcamp. But, you've already given everybody like, okay, even when you're on the job search. But to be honest, I'm super happy and I'm proud of you, really, from no data background to managing 20 people in the NHS in the UK based on your data analytical skills. So also getting a second job pitched to you based on the performance that you have validated. Okay, I was given this first role. I've actually proven myself. Now they are offering me a second job in the same institution. You didn't tell us about visa sponsorship. Tell us about the visa sponsorship parts because people want to know.
Yeah.
Just tell us, like, did the offer come with visa sponsorship?
I think the reason why I'm always forgetting to talk about this visa sponsorship is because as at the time the visa, because it was more like a speed. I was trying to beat time because my visa expired July, just this July, and I was trying to beat time to get a job before my visa expired. But then I already got my wife already got a job, so I had to move to dependent visa while I was in interview process with this particular company. So my visa was already in the process. But then when I got home from the interview, they called me. I was stepping into the house when they called me, and they were like, oh, that they would like to offer me the job, but there are some few things they need to ask me. They said, what visa am I on? I said, currently, I just applied as a dependent, and I'm waiting for my visa to come. They now asked me that have I applied or I'm planning to apply. I said I already applied. So they now made me understand that yes, the job comes with a full sponsorship, and it also comes with them sponsoring whoever I claim as my partner or my family, and is a 5-year sponsorship, and I can always renew it after that. But they now said, since I already have a sponsorship as a dependent, will I still want to go ahead? I said no, that I would prefer to just stick to my dependent visa. And if my dependent visa expires and I want to switch into my sponsorship visa, is a matter of sending an email, because now I'm in the system, so I know how it works. I know how sponsorship works now because I'm in the system, so I can just send an email to them and they will do my sponsorship and they will get it, because the role comes with a sponsorship. It's a band 5 role. So
Thank you so much for that confirmation. So this is for those that are still considering, does it come with visa sponsorship, does it not? Also, when you join us, and when we, like, at some point during the bootcamp as well, we still bring people on board who have gotten sponsorship to come share with us how they did it. We also share our strategies, which always works as well. So he has said it all, really, and everything he has said and more. He said something about, not all jobs would say not all jobs we say data analyst. Like I shared earlier too, there's somebody that the skills that she used in getting a job was a skill she picked in a boot camp, right? However, that was not the job title. So data analysis would continue to be in demand. Not all the titles will be related to data analysis. However, use the tools that you can use as keyword. He has shared his success story live. I don't think there's any editing to do because I think he has shared it all really. He has told you how he joined the bootcamp, how he developed his analytical skills, how we also optimized the CV with our expert CV and LinkedIn services, how he started getting interviews, how he has gone ahead to also land other offers even after the first one, which were not, so long as it's not like there's still data analysis job out there that will be 30K, 20K, but so long as you know that I'm already in this field, I'm not settling for the least in the field. So like yeah, said it all really. So I'll be going to the chat box again to see if you guys have any questions for us. Will RKY advise us on the best websites to see more job adverts in order to apply for sponsored deals after the completion of the training? So for sponsorship jobs, the way it works in the UK now is more about you having that skill set first. It's not about, like you said, it's role, right? Even I don't know if they advertise that the role would need sponsorship. However, if they've interviewed you and if you are in a career path that has that potential, which we are giving you the opportunity to be in, then you can have plenty alternatives of companies, right? Once you get the skills, you have the skill sets, you've prepared for the interview. At the end of most of the people that I've seen that got sponsorship, to be honest, in the last like 5 of my clients got sponsorship this week, and all of them, the jobs were not advertised with sponsorship. So it's difficult to say this is the place you should limit yourself to. We have a visa sponsorship job board that the only thing we post there are visa sponsorship jobs. However, those are not the only visa sponsorship jobs out there. There's so many jobs that would offer you sponsorship eventually that would not advertise at the beginning. They want to be sure. They don't want to attract everybody and anybody, because the thing is, once you put visa sponsorship on a job advert, right? Even if they were organic application were supposed to be 200, they will now have like 1,000. Everybody that are not qualified will apply. Even people that don't even take time to tailor their CV. You will see people that are in health and care, or people that are in people that have care worker CV that did not adjust it in any way. They will apply to that role just because of sponsorship. So most companies tend not to advertise jobs with sponsorship again. However, the strategies to getting sponsorship and all, like I said, would be teaching you as well during the course of the boot camp and other things that you can do to get sponsorship. So I saw some of your promo where it states data analyst business intelligence. This is a combined or separate package. It is just one package, right? By your ability to use Power BI and all that, you get to be a business intelligence person, because Power BI is Power Business Intelligence. Business intelligence is like business data as well. You're analyzing business data, analyzing. So there's someone that got a job like MI, and the role was management intelligence analyst or something like that, or management information analyst. So like it's the same, all and the same course. Right. His success story is amazing. Thank you, Cam, for that. I have just made my payments now. Do I send an email to show? Yes, please. Please do so. Make your payments now. If you missed out on the page for the payments, like Paula said, it's an investment that will be worth it, regardless of whether you get your job immediately or not. Some people, they are also interviewing and all that, but probably they are still students. They cannot. I know someone that even got sponsorship, but because the person wants to complete the studies, 3 months notice to complete studies and all that. The truth of the matter is that once you have the skills, there's no limits to what you can apply the skills in. And when it comes to getting the skills, there's no better person I'm confident and that there's no better person to like teach you everything you need to know to become a data analyst. However, it is also up to you to play your part. We don't want people that will join the boot camp and not play their part. Even if you are working at the time of the boot camp, go back to the videos, watch the videos, practice what has been taught, right? Because we also have practice Excel that you will use to practice as well. Come to the drop-in session. If you know you are busy on weekends, but you have time on Thursdays, make sure you never miss a drop-in session where you can catch up with the guide of a facilitator on what exactly has been taught, right? So what's the cost of the bootcamp? Where does it start and what's the duration? Okay, I'll just move to the slide where we just left. So you can take a picture of it, because I mean it's a mouthful. There are different packages, there are different offers. We have a refer a friend. I want to believe that those of you that want to enjoy that refer a friend, you've shared this with your friend. The video for this session would also be up on our YouTube. Please do well to follow our YouTube, RKY Careers. If you want to find us on any social media platform, very easy. You don't need to we don't have, our name is RKY Careers on YouTube. Subscribe so that you can get valuable sessions like this and other webinars that we have from time to time. Forward our email to those that are interested so that you can enjoy the extra £50 for referring a friend. During the course of the bootcamp, we have multiple stakeholders that we'll be relating with. It's not only going to be RKY that will be facilitating or that you'll be seeing. We have a team of facilitators, like I said. We have classes Saturdays to Sundays. The thing is, we've invested so much to make sure that you get the value, right? You get the value for your money. To make sure that you get the value for the bootcamp. We have multiple facilitators, we have drop-in sessions, everything we know that you need, to catalyze you getting your success story in the end. We have tried to make all this available. So I would move on to introducing our facilitators. So we have two facilitators. We have Theophilus. Theophilus would be your friend through the drop-in sessions. Also in the classes, he would also be in the chat box responding to questions. So he's like our support facilitator, supporting the main facilitator in ensuring that you have a very wonderful learning experience with us. He is a data analyst, experts in visualization, machine learning, deep learning. He can use a lot of tools: Python, R, DAX, C++, and SQL. And visualization tools like Power BI, Plotly, Seaborn. Is not here today because he's currently facilitating a drop-in session for the existing cohort at the moment. So right now we're going to also introduce you to Olusegun Adeolu. He is the main facilitator for the program. He's also a data analyst, professional and expert with a wealth of experience and proficiency in tools like SQL, Excel, Power BI, Python, Tableau, and the likes. Right. So Olusegun wants to take some minutes, just 10, 15 minutes to give us an intro to the tools we'd use and to what we would likely learn in the bootcamp. So, Segun, please, if you are here, please unmute yourself. 10 minutes. So, Paul, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing your success story. Thank you for making out time to come, and it's really appreciated. It's really appreciated, right? And we are super confident that you continue to make us proud. We are super confident that you'll be a very great ambassador for RKY everywhere you go. So thank you so much for making our time today.
Have a good time, you guys. Bye.
Yeah. So cool. So Segun, please, if you are there.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Olusegun Samuel Adeolu. I'll be your facilitator. Let me just share my screen. Like we all know, data is the new oil. And that's why you see everybody trooping into switching and trying to move into tech. And the easiest path is to come in through data analytics, and which is why every one of us is there. So I will just quickly take us through all this, just through the introduction to data analytics. Overview of data analytics, what data is not, and what you can get with data. Data refers to raw facts, unprocessed information that can be collected, that can be measured, and can also be analyzed. data without data alone is not meaningful except it is processed. Okay, so now data analytics is the process of analyzing raw data in order to draw out meaningful, actionable insights, which are then used to inform and drive smart decisions. For business to thrive, you need data. And you need to work on the data to better guide you to make smart business decision making. Because nobody wants to go into any business without having it at the back of his or her mind that he wants to, it's for profitability. And at RKY, this is what we know how to do best. We all do by the hands, and during the boot camp, you get your fingers dirty, you get your hand dirty, because it's practical from start to finish. Okay, data analytics helps you to make sense of the past. It helps you to make sense of the past, and it helps you to predict future trends and behaviors. Based on the data that is available to you, you'll be able to look at what has happened in the past. The insights you've gotten from the data will be able to guide you not to fall into error that other people have fallen into. Okay, so rather than basing your decisions and strategies on guesswork and hearsay, you base your decision on the insights you've gotten from the processed data that you have at your disposal. Okay, so data analytics is a broad field of using data and tools to make business decisions. So during this boot camp, we at RKY will be guiding you, we'll be putting you through, we'll be showing you the way. Because at RKY, it is insightful, it is impactful, the boot camp is flexible and it is affordable, as you have seen it on the why the CEO was going through a slides. So these are the tasks for a data analyst. These are the major tasks that a data analyst carry out on a day-to-day basis. They prepare data, they model data, they analyze data, they visualize it, and at the same time, they manage data. During the preparation of data, they acquire data, which is called gathering of data gathering. So you gather your data, you model it. Probably you have more than one data from different sources. You want to consolidate all of them. You want to bring them together to give you an insightful, to give you an insightful, to help you to make an insightful decision, to bring out insights. Because data comes in different forms. It comes in text. It comes in text. It comes in numbers. It comes in audios, video, and all of that. So you want to bring data together. If you have them from different sources, you want to model them and consolidate all of them, analyze it. And by the time you want to meet with the stakeholders, you want to visualize it, you want to tell them your findings, you want to tell them your deductions and give them your guidance. You want to give them recommendations. Okay? Now, these are the most widely used tools by data analysts. Like RKY said earlier, we have more than this, but with this can help you to kickstart your journey. Microsoft Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau. With this, we are going to help you to know the nitty-gritty of all these tools. And these are all the things we are going to be doing in this bootcamp. More than this, we are still going to be giving you some bonuses. Python, introduction to Python. We may not go in depth, but we are going to be showing you how to get yourself introduced to Python. Then some other bonuses like she has shared. Now, Excel is one of the most widely used tool around the world. And like I was telling one of my friends recently during the course of the week that Excel is not going anywhere, and Excel can be used for anything. And one of the good thing about the design of this boot camp is this: we are starting from what everybody is familiar with. There's no one on this planet that is not familiar with Excel, or that's not heard of Excel, even if you have not used it extensively. If heard of Excel, you know it's part of Microsoft Office package. Okay, we may not have used it extensively, but we've heard of it. So we'll be moving from Excel to Power BI to SQL and to Tableau. So it's going to be going up like that. Okay. So Microsoft Excel is one of the most widely used spreadsheet tools around the world. It works like Google Sheets. It's, in fact, it's the same thing. It's just different vendors. Okay. Is Microsoft Excel relevant? It is very, very relevant. Okay. It is essential for most professionals today, regardless of their roles or level of proficiency. Okay, so proficiency in Excel skill can lead you to better opportunities. If it is only Excel that you can use, you know how to use best. I have people working in Barclays using just Excel. Excel can earn you a whole lot, and that's what one of the things we're going to be showing you how to get done at RKY. Okay, so what you'll be able to do after this training, these are all the things I'll be able to do after this training. Whether you are used to Excel, whether you've used it before, whether you're a pro in it, and there's always a new feature added to Excel. There's always a new feature added to Excel. So you will gain solid understanding of the basics of Excel to the advanced. You'll be learning how to make use of all those functions, all the formulas in Excel. You will harness the full power of Microsoft Excel to automating your day-to-day task. So these are the things that you'll be learning. As a data analyst, you use Excel. We'll be teaching you how to use Excel to clean data, to create insightful and an interactive dashboard. So these are some of the things we are going to be showing you. Okay, you are going to be learning how to create a dynamic report. You have data, and we all know, as a professional data analyst, behind every data is a story to tell. Whether the data comes in form of text, whether the data comes in form of audio, whether the data comes in form of images. So there's always a story behind every data. Okay, so some of the functions we are going to be learning in Excel. Some of the functions are VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, logical functions, if else statements in Excel, and lots more. So we are going to be showing you all of this: data cleaning, data visualization, data storytelling. These are all the things you are going to be learning in this boot camp. The next one is Power BI. Power BI is Power Business Intelligence. It is owned by Microsoft. It's one of the renowned data visualization tool all over the world. If you Google it, you see that people that are using Power BI to visualize, to report, to do reporting after analyzing their data, it's on the increase. It's about 85%, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so it's a business intelligence tool. It is owned by Microsoft, and it is part of Power Platform. So a proficiency in Power BI positions you for business intelligence roles. Using Power BI, you'll be able to build or create an interactive report, a beautiful report. So one of the beautiful things about Power BI is this: it has this very good look and feel. the UI UX of Power BI, it's on point. It's very wonderful. Microsoft always have this the look and feel regarding their applications. It's always on point, and with Power BI, it's nothing less than that. So I'm going to be showing you some of the things that you can get done with Power BI shortly. Okay. Now, Tableau is another visualization tool. It is owned by Salesforce. Salesforce owns Tableau. So you can use Tableau as well. It's a business intelligence tool as well. You can use it as well to create beautiful dashboard, interactive dashboard, to reporting. You can use it for presentation after you've finished creating your dashboard. You can use it to do data storytelling. You can use it to do data storytelling. You can use it to do a whole lot of things. Okay, so it's a proficiency in this also position you for business intelligence growth. Now we have SQL. This another powerful tool that you'll be learning in this bootcamp. SQL is, some people call it SQL, structured query language. So it is the world's most extensive used database language. Now, if anybody wants to talk to someone now, if you want to communicate with someone and you don't understand the person's language, you can't have a very wonderful conversation. So for you to talk to your database, you need to understand the language of database. And the language of database is SQL. So in this bootcamp, we are going to be teaching you how to query with database with SQL, how to query your database with SQL, how to extract data from your database, how to flog your data, like we used to say, how to flog your data, how to interview your data, how to interrogate your data. Because doing that, you'll be getting some feedbacks, you'll be getting some insights from your data. Okay, so importance of SQL, it is highly in demand in the UK and globally. As a data analyst, you need to know how to communicate with the database to extract data. Okay, it is essential for data extraction. It is essential for data extraction and data management too. So if you want to manage your data in the database, so you need to know you need to have a good command of SQL. So it increases your chances of landing a high-paying job as a data analyst. So data won't be coming in Excel or text file alone. You may have to be picking your data or extracting your data from the database, be it SQL Server, Postgres, MySQL, Oracle. You need to know how to handle or how to control or talk to your data via SQL. Okay, we have diverse of roles in data space: data analyst, finance analyst, business analyst, media analyst, marketing analyst, data trade, name it. We have the whole lot of profession in data space. Now, during this bootcamp, we are going to be showing for each and every one of the students, we are going to be working with a project. We have a final project to give to them for them to practicalize everything that they've done from start to finish. And at the end of each of the tools, they are going to be having an exercise file to work with for them to practice everything that's been taught in class. So after all that, they will have a final project. Before final projects, they're going to be grouped. They're going to have a group project for them to acquire what we call stakeholder management skill, attention to details, and all those soft skills. Okay, so after submitting this, you have you learn a whole lot, learn data acquisition, data cleaning, data passing stage, an interactive dashboard, data storytelling, you draw insights and all of that. So after this, you have to finish this project. You have to complete this project for you to get a reference from RKY career. So let me show you one of the dashboard created using Power BI. So this is one of them. Okay, let me show. Okay, this is one. Okay, I think this one is not done. It's not completed. You can see the look and feel. What I just want to show you here is just the look and feel. You can see the environment. This is Power BI, but the completed project is this. Just a moment. I'm going to expand this. So with this, we are going to introduce you to a whole lot. So this is a complete project. I'm going to show you the environment, show you how to create this beautiful interactive dashboard, how to link your pages together, how to do what we call Power BI has a whole lot. You have lots of things that you're going to enjoy in this bootcamp. Okay, so let me hand you over to RKY.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shegun. So yeah, that's one of our seasoned facilitators, running us through intros to the different, competencies that we would gain by the end of this bootcamp. So like I said, thank you so much, Shegun. For those still asking about the duration, I'll just scan through the slide. So duration, like I said, is 8 to 12 weeks. Within that 8 weeks, we would have individual projects, group projects, which will be beneficial. These are people that actually joined our bootcamp in the last couple of months and have landed. These are some of them actually, because you can't fit everything into a page, right? So, and we've also shown you those that, how students went from being zero skills to pros. They were even able to create content that actually attracted recruiters as well to their pages. So yes, so thank you so much, Shegun. So having said that, you're going to be working on the group projects. These group projects would enable you develop not just the technical skills, because we've come to find that this is not it's not all about those technical skills. I'm a senior finance analyst myself in a bank in the city of London, right? And to be honest, just like Shegun said, some roles, they will want you to be able to use all these skills during interview stages. But when you get on the job, you find out that it's just Excel, or just maybe Excel and Power BI that you are using. However, because almost all the companies in the UK, or most companies in the UK, are going through a change and trying to improve their processes, they want to get an agile and adaptable person on board, such that when they concluded their change or transformation to better tools or skills, they won't need to start recruiting someone else that is competent. So most times, the interviews are usually harder than the job itself. That's why it is good to stay equipped and all that. So our bootcamp, also enables you to gain this competency and be able to answer questions like, how did you work with difficult stakeholders? Which are the questions you most likely get at interviews, right? So having said that, we said that one of the skills, or the perks you get from the extensive package, right, is the professional web portfolio. A lot of people are like, what is professional web portfolio? I don't even know what this means. This as a standalone goes for about £180 if you're booking it directly, just as a standalone, because it's like a website. You're building a website on its own, right, that visualizes your dashboard and all. However, you are getting this for close to nothing, on this bootcamp. I will just click on one of our alumni's one currently, right? We have permission to share. So I would click on us to show you what the professional web portfolio. So like, look, I mean, this is part of your branding as well, because sometimes you need more than CV, LinkedIn, and I mean, you need more than CV and LinkedIn. You need to be able to showcase your project. So we have this particular um, alumni of ours. She's also one of the success stories we've shared. So you can see that our projects that she worked on are visualized on. So this is like a web, more like a website. You can. So this is like the professional dashboard that you get. From you can continue to update it. There's a link there to your LinkedIn. There's a link there to your email. There's your location is there. Your phone number is there. This also makes you reachable, and this site is also searchable. So you don't even need to so you can actually be found randomly by people who are looking for your competencies and skills. So thank you so much for being a part of this session from beginning till now. I'm going to go back to the chat section now to take your questions and answers. So if you have questions and answers for us, please, now is the time to drop it. Let's answer that question that has been holding you from enrolling from the bootcamp, or that you need, to clarify before we see you on the other side. How many hours a day is the course? Thank you for that question. The maximum hours is about 2 hours. If at all we go outside of the hours, probably 2 hours, 30 minutes, which is rare. But classes are 2 hours because we know that, people, especially when you're learning something technical, you don't just want to sit and watch and watch and watch. You want to learn learn, go back, practice, come back, learn something new, go back, practice. So yes, classes are 5 to 7 p.m., right? 5 to 7 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Drop-in sessions on Thursdays, 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturdays 1 to 3 p.m. So I believe that answers your question. I paid sometime last month. I paid 60% of the standard package. I hope I am eligible for the CEO discount. I believe that you probably might have enjoyed the CEO discounts already. However, if you want clarification, you can also send us a DM or send us a message or mail through the platform in which you communicated with us initially. So be like Ore that has gone ahead to make payments, try to enjoy the benefit, the discounts. To be honest, our prices does not reflect our services. I keep saying it months after months that I'm actually going to return our prices back to what the value is supposed to be like, because I see competitors actually, that are doing not even up to what we do, that are offering these courses for like ×2 of the price, right? However, because our goal is not just to sell, we have the plan to also impact as many people as possible, to actually empower immigrants, empower people that want to get jobs, empower people to live their dreams, get visa sponsorship jobs if that's their plans and all that. That's the reason why we have kept it as it is. However, the naira equivalents of the prices are actually not updated, because at the moment, I'm sure we all know what the exchange rate of naira is. So even naira equivalent of these prices should actually be more than the pounds, based on current markets or current exchange rates. But yes, we will still accept the current amount that you can see on the screen if you are yet to make payments. Do you have a phone number you can be reached after this afternoon? I'm sure you got this link either through our email or through our Instagram. Please reach out to us on our social media platforms, right? And we also have consultants that can reach out to you, but they might not, it might not be instant because they don't work weekends. However, our Instagram is almost online, online real time. So drop us a message on our Instagram DM and we would surely respond to you, even if it's not immediate. We will come back to it. What are the specifications of the laptop for this course? In terms of technical specification, I'm not so sure, but I know that people that use MacBooks struggle. So we always encourage people to use Windows. When you enroll, there's a document we have that would send to you as part of your onboarding. I think it's also within the LMS that specifies what kind of laptop that is the best for you. However, we know that people that use MacBook struggle to download some of these tools, right? Is this for business analysts too? So this, okay, so Shagun has helped us. He said Core i5, minimum of 4 gig, Windows 10, and so on and so forth. Is this for business analysts too? So this course is business analyst and business intelligence and data analyst. We have a course for project management and business analyst as a standalone, right? So I don't know if that's your question. This is not business analyst. However, you see some roles that's just like Paul said earlier, there are some roles that they will put business analyst there, but you'll be getting interviews that are related to data analyst when you get there, because probably they know what they have already and they know what they're looking for. Probably they have a lot of business analysts, but they want a business analyst that has a data analyst experience. That's why we also go to your CV stage. We don't just erase all the things you've done in the past, because that forms part of your brand, right? So say previously you were a finance or accountant, we'll just optimize these roles in a way that's resonates better with your target role, and then find a way to blend the two together. So you could actually be a business analyst, data analyst, if you're already previously a business analyst, or if you've taken a training in business analysis before, or if you are a project manager and trying to add data analysis to it. There's a way, like for Paul, for instance, when we did the CV, his target role was project manager / data analyst, and he went ahead to get a project manager related role that needed data analysis. So the two being on the CV helped him to land his role with NHS that he has at the moment. So can payments be done on Monday and still have the discount applied? So the extra £50, there's a lot of discounts available like that you still enjoy by Monday. The refer a friend will continue to run by Monday. However, for the what's it called? The extra £50 that is on top of the CEO discounts. That one expires today, actually, because ordinarily I didn't want to do further discounts. However, because I want to appreciate everyone who has made out time to be here today, I decided to do an extra £50. So I don't know if that answers your question. However, there's still there's still a lot of discounts. You still get to pay £600 if you're paying one off by Monday, and £675. And who knows, probably if by the end of this training, if you have this session, if you have about £100, I might change my mind to extend it, to further notice. But yeah, so for the installment payments, like how many times would you be expected to pay it for? Thank you for that question. For the installment payments, we encourage 50%, or we accept 50% initial deposits before the start date. The start date for this cohort is August 26th. So we still have enough time to try to join, with installment and all that. And we would appreciate if we can get the balance by mid-September, right? Or if you want to have further discussions about the installments and more flexibility on the installments, right? We can take that personally in camera on the IG DM. However, note that the boot camp is just for 8 to 10 weeks. We would not extend beyond the duration or close to the end of the boot camp itself, because there's an administration cost that goes to reminding people about installments and all that as well. So I think we have come to the end of today's session. Follow our YouTube page because we share lots of valuable resources on there as well. Thank you so much, everyone, once again.